Welcome to Tech Wizard. Today we are going to discuss about class, object, data members and method, and we will see how to create it. So let's start with the class. So what is class? So class is, you can say, blueprint for an object. Okay. So whatever data members, or you can say whatever properties you are going to define, whatever behavior you are going to define, whatever functionality you are going to define in class, that is going to be acquired by the object. Okay, so class, you can say, is a blueprint for an object. Second thing, what is object? So you can say object is an instance variable of a class. Instance of a class. Whatever you have defined in class, that type of behavior will be done by the object. That type of action will be performed by the object. Okay, so once you have a class, using that class you can create an object. Next is the data members. So data members are nothing but the variables which hold some value, and as we have seen in the one of the video, there are two types of variable: instance variable and local variable. For more detail you can go to that video and check it out. Next one is the method. So methods are the, you can say, behavior of an object. Okay, so whatever method you are going to define, whatever method you are going to create in a class, that type of behavior, that type of action is going to be performed by the object. Okay, so let's start with the simple example. Let's create one class student. Okay, and that student is having following data members. Okay, so let's have one data member, that is the integer roll number. Okay, and we will also going to use three subject marks. So let's say M1, M2 and M3. These are the marks of the student, and there is a one total variable in which we are going to store the total of this marks, and there is a one string variable that is for the name of a student. Okay, so these are the data members. Now let's have a method. Okay, so method will be void setter. Okay, now what this method will do, so this is a method, you can say void over here is a return type. What method is going to return? So here void means it is going to return nothing. Okay, nothing is going to be returned by this method. Setter is the name of a method. Setter is name of a method, and you can see this round brackets. Here we are going to pass two parameters. One is integer r and second one is a string n. Okay, so these are called r, n are called as a parameter. Okay, we are going to pass some arguments from the main method, and that arguments will be copied into this parameter. Okay, now let's define what this setter method will do. So in the body of the setter method, we are going to write down r number is equal to r and name is equal to n. Okay, so whatever the value which will be passed in r, that will be assigned to roll number, that is r number, and the value of n is going to be copied into the name. Okay, so that is the first method. Now let's have another method called void show. Okay, so here you can see void is a return type. So here this method is going to return nothing, and show is a method name. So this method is used to show the value of r number and name of a student. Okay, this is the what the functionality of this show method. So what we need to do, we need to display something. So we are going to use system dot out dot println, and we are going to display roll number. So roll number equals R number, and secondly, let's copy this statement, and second we are going to display student name. Student name is in the name variable. Okay, so this method, you can see the first method is having two parameters, while this method is not having any parameter. Okay, and both method returns nothing. Let's have a third method, that is the method in which we are going to make a total of marks. Okay, and let's keep the return type over here is integer. Okay, method name is total calculation. Let's see, total calculation. Okay, so here you can see, here we are going to, by using this method, we are going to calculate the total, that is the functionality of this particular method. And here integer is a return type. It means that while we are using this method, we need to pass something, we need to return something. Okay, so how we are going to return, let's see that. So first of all, we want to calculate the marks. So let's assign the marks to the respective subject. We have already taken three variables for the marks, m1, m2, m3. Let's assign some value over here to m1, m2, m3. That is m1 is equal to, let's say, 50. Then there is m2, let's say 60, and there is a m3, let's say 70. Okay, so this is the three marks, and let's add this. Total is equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, so this is the total, and we need to return this total. We need to write down this return keyword to return the value. What we are going to return, we are going to return this total, which is of integer type. Okay, you can see that above we have a total variable. This variable is of type integer. Okay, and we are over here in the method, the return type of the method is integer. Okay, so that is fine. So from here we are going to return the total. Okay, so these are the three methods we are having in our class student. Okay, now let's create one more class, that is student demo. Okay, let's public class student demo. Now here we are having a main method, public static void main. So we have seen how to create a class, how to create a we have a data members, and how we have a methods. Now let's see how to create an object. So above we are having one class, that is a student class. So for creation of object, so let's create, let me comment it, let create object. How to create object? Write down the class name, that is student, then write down the object name. Let's say s1 is the object, equal to operator, new is the keyword, and then write down the class name. Okay, so here s1 object is created. Okay, now once the object is created, okay, as we have seen, object will behave as per the structure of the class. So our class over here contains some data members and some methods. Now if you want to access that data member and methods, you can do it by using this object. Okay, so now let's call the first method, that is setter. Okay, to call that method we need to use that object. But as you can see over here, this setter method is having two parameters, integer r and string n. Okay, so here when we are calling a setter method, that is s1 dot setter, we need to pass two arguments. Okay, while calling the method, whatever we are passing, that is called as argument. So one argument we need to pass, that is the integer. Say, let's say roll number is 1. Okay, and second one we need to pass the name, let's say Ram. Okay, so in setter method we are having two parameters. So from over here, when we are calling that setter method, we are passing two arguments. So that one will be passed, this one will be passed to this integer R, and Ram will be passed to string N. Okay, so R contain 1 and N contain Ram. In this method, inside the body, we are assigning that R to R number and this N to name. So ultimately that R number will contain 1 and name will contain name will contain Ram. Okay, so basically we have initialized our two of the data member using method. Okay, now as we have initialized, now I want to show that. So for displaying the roll number and name, we are having one method which is called show. Okay, here we are not going to pass any arguments. Okay, because show method is not having any parameter. Okay, so here we are not going to pass any argument. We are just going to call the show method as it is, nothing else. Now we are going to call the method total calculation, which makes the total of the marks. Okay, so when we are going to call this method, we will have one variable, for example total marks. Why? Let me tell you. We need to write down like this one: integer total marks is equal to s1 dot total calculation. That is the name of the method. You can see over here, integer total calculation. Okay, this will return integer. It means that when this method will be over, it will return some value over here, and that value is a type of integer value. So here, when this method is going to be executed, s1 dot total cal, it will return some integer value, and that integer value we are going to store in this variable total marks. And finally, we are going to display that total marks over here. Okay, so for that we need to just write down system.out.println, and what we want to display, total marks. So let's write down the message: total marks equals, in which variable it is stored? It is stored right now in the total marks. Okay, so this is, we have called our three methods. Okay, s1.setter, where we are passing some roll number and name, and then we are displaying that roll number and name using a show method. Then we are having a total marks, that is a one integer variable, and we are storing the return value of this method into the total marks. And finally we are going to display that total marks over here. Okay, so that is the first program. Let's save this, compile this. Okay, what it says, let me check it. Okay, so here we just need to concat it. So we need to add plus sign. Okay, as we added in this println system.out.println also. Let's save it, compile this again. What is the problem? Let's check it. System.out.println. Is there any other mistake? Let's check. Yes, this one will be not there. Okay, so now you can see, compile successfully, run it. You can see roll number is 1, student name is Ram, and total marks are 180. Okay, so this is the way how we can able to create a class. Okay, then this is the calling part. This is, you can say, this is how we can call different types of methods. Okay, I have shown you that method with the return type, as well as method which is return nothing, as well as method which is having some parameters, and the method which is not having any parameters. Okay, so I hope that this program will help you to understand the structure of the basic Java program, so that you can able to perform the other programs also. Okay, so if you like the video, please subscribe the channel and also share with the other student, so they can also get the benefit of the same. Okay, and do not forget to press the bell icon, so whenever I'm going to upload the video, you will get the notification. Okay, because I'm running a Java series for the beginners, so you will get the videos in which the different concept is going to be explained with the practical demo. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you.